Hey guys, I'm out here, my old stomping ground. Thought I'd show you some stuff that we used to do. Used to have a lot of fun out here. I'll show you this. This is the old Knox Cane Railroad. They used to run an excursion train from Marionville, Pennsylvania, clean to Mount Jewett, Pennsylvania, to the Kenzu Viaduct, Kenzu Bridge. And this is what they used to run on. It's now been sold off, and there's nothing left since the bridge was knocked down by a tornado quite a while ago. They just didn't get the passengers they used to have, so they just kind of got rid of everything. And but they used to run up through here. We used to have a camp when I was in probably about 12, 13 years old. It was the first time we built a camp up in here, over in here. We used to have some good times. I thought I'd show you this. Still a lot of stuff here from when we had our camp here. Our first camp we had was right in here. It's probably about 4 by 8. It wasn't really that big, but it was all like dry kiln lumber and everything, 4 by 4 cemented in the ground and everything. It wasn't gonna go nowhere, and we ended up knocking that one down, and then we ended up building another one over here, right about where that, whatever the hell that thing is there, looks like a couch or something. That's where we had our other one. It was 2 stories tall, and it went from over, well, where them boards are laying on the ground, over to this tree here. The main part of it was 2 stories tall. It was a lot of fun. We had this side was a room here to store stuff in, and then we cut a hole in the wall and built about right where that stuff is right there. There's another room added on there. And we just took all the boards that we cut out of the wall, made a trap door in there, and picked it up, and that's how you got in there. Actually, I think this couch was ours. I know that chair was. Fuck, that was 20 years ago almost. Actually, it was 20 years ago. That thing's been sitting out here. All this wood here was dry kiln wood. There's a sawmill right up over there. It's gone now. The building and everything's there, but it's no longer running. And that's where we got all the wood from. They gave us a skid of wood and some 4x4s and shit, and we used that to build it. But there used to be a trailer right over on that, right next to this house right here on the one lot there, and one of our friends lived there, and we ran an extension cord from his outside outlet to our camp that was sitting right here. We had electricity and everything. We paid him like $5 a month or something like that. We did got electric and everything. But yeah, this brings back a lot of memories. It's been a long time since I've been up here. You know, that couch there was ours. The head of the burrow, he was on the burrow, come up. I wasn't here, and neither was my brother-in-law, but two of the other kids that were in with it were here, and them people come up and they were yelling about the way we built it, and we're lucky we weren't dead, and we had to tear it down. If we didn't tear it down, they were gonna come tear it down. And we come back up, and the kids that were here started tearing it down before we even come up. And so they said that if we tore it down, they'd clean it up. People on the burrow, they'd send someone up to clean it up. So we tore it down, but as you see, they're cleaning it up. They never did. So, but I guess we can take a walk up this way. Here's the other set of tracks that they run. This is the actual tracks that the excursion train ran to Mount Jewett on. It was just a big, triangle here. The tracks, they used to store the train down over that way, and they'd bring it up those tracks there, and that goes towards Marionville. And then there's another set of tracks that run right over in here. You can kind of see them right up there, and then it goes out to the Mount Jewett. It's been a lot of long nights running these tracks as a kid. It's a lot of fun. I'll show you some of the neighborhood here. It's pretty run down and shitty now. Nothing gets taken care of anymore. The town's going to shit. There ain't really much any jobs here anymore. Everything's pretty much moved away, unless you're into like lumber, cutting trees and sawing lumber and stuff like that. There ain't too many jobs left here other than that. They did open a biodiesel manufacturer, but they really don't have that many employees. So this is part of this is actually down there's where we started at. You come up here. There used to be a house right here, and it burnt. They tore it down. And you walk up around here. We used to play hide and seek in here all the time. And here's a dilapidated two-stall garage. And there's this shell here. That's a double. That's a duplex. It's pretty well shitted out. And this house, I don't even know if anybody lives in it anymore or not. And then there's this, we had friends that lived in this house, and I just seen a car leave from there, so somebody must still own it. She's in pretty bad shape too. Walk down. There used to be a two-story, two-stall garage that sat on this pad here. And when our friends lived there, it caught fire. And there was a big ass pine tree, probably the size of those ones, that stood right here, and that pine tree caught fire. And it charred the shit out of this garage here. And I used to know the kids that lived in that house. Nobody lives there anymore. I don't know what the hell they're doing with that, but and, it's pretty bad. But there's that house. Abandoned. And that house, people still live there. And there used to be a house here, big two-story bastard. I think it caught fire or something. They tore it down, and then they had a trailer in there, and it got tore out. Now it's just a vacant lot. And this house, I don't think anybody lives in it either. That house people live in. And I'm coming down to where my grandma and grandpa used to live. And they used to live in that house right there. It was actually red and white when they lived there. My uncle owns it now, but as you can tell, he takes really good care of it. He says sarcastically, but that's I spent the first 18 years of my life in that house right there. And yeah, that's about it. It's the old stomping ground. Thought I'd share it with you. Maybe I'll show you some more of the town later, at a later time, but yeah, it's pretty bad around here anymore. You don't, no jobs, nobody wants to live here. You gotta go outside of town to get anything, so yeah, that's it for now. I'll talk to you later.